Hi guys, this is Chodaros, and today's tutorial will be on this new design by Looms. Welcome to my channel. You can find her account on Instagram. She has a ton of these hook-only designs, and I'm pretty excited to show you how to make this one here. It has a fabulous, unique name. It's named the Absteraceae bracelet. So alongside of pronunciation, Absteraceae actually means like botanical flowers, and that is geared more towards the big, exceedingly big head flowers like a daisy, sunflower, in that family. So big shout out for the name. This one here I did first, and I did it in the white metallic in the border and then the LEs in the center. And this one I tried out on an earlier go of the tutorial and I wasn't too happy, but I tried to use the 600 pack bands, the octopus, and then the solar bands on the side. The solar looks really cool, but it just kind of looks a little messy, so I think I'm just going to stick with what I know will not look messy, and obviously that is the limited edition. So if you're used to doing hook onlys, should be no problem. I'm just going to use two colors. I'm going to use one color for the border and then one color for the center. Maybe I'll use two colors in the center. Yeah, that'd be cool. Now I have to figure out which one for the border. I'll do this one for the border. Okay, so we need to do the standard setup for 6 loops, 6-loop configuration on our hook. I always do that. I put them out, but I have to. All right, so we're going to take and make a cap band. Pull that cap band on a new band, recapture the right side of the cap band, and close it up. Take your next band and just pull over this first loop, and then the second loop, and then we want to recapture the first loop and then close it up. So I'm just going to take mine and turn it. So then we do the same thing on this side. So we take this band off, grab that cap band, close it up, and then just take this new band and we want to pull this first band over and then pull the second band over and then recapture the band closest to the end of your hook and then close it up. I have difficulties doing that sometimes with the LE bands. They're slippy. Okay, so you should have 6 loops on your hook. And now we can begin the pattern. So you want to take whatever color, like I'm going to reference this as my border color that's on my hook now. And then I want to reference any color I use beside this one as the pattern color or whatnot. So we want to take our next color and we want to pull it through all the bands except the last band, like that. And these two are crooked, so I'm just trying to undo them. There we go. Okay, so then we want to skip the band that's next to the hook. We want to capture the next 2 bands in the center. We want to skip this next band and then capture the last one and then close it up. So the right side needs to look like the left, so we need to take this band and pull it back out for the border. and that's what you should have. Okay, so then we take the same color as that, I'm going to call it the center color, I guess. And now we're going to work in groups of 3. So these 3 bands closest to the end of my hook, you should have a border color, a center color, then a border color. So we want to pull this new band through those first 3 loops. And what I want to do is I want to take this center band and I want to take it up and over this first band. So you see how I'm taking the end of my hook and I have it up and over the first band, like that. And now I want to go down just far enough where that first band will go on the top of my hook, because I want to capture that first one back on my hook. Like that. And then that makes our first wrap. And then you want to grab the last loop and then close it up. So again, we need to make the border the same, so we need to pull this one out. And this one's going to stick up a little. It's actually this band right there. But we're going to go ahead and do that step again, but this time I'm going to grab a border color. So I'm going to pull it through the first 3 bands and then repeat. Excuse me. I want to take my hook and I want to grab the top of that middle band and take it down. Okay, so I take it down over that first band and then keep going down until it pops on the top of my hook, like that. Now the only difference in this step is that we're not grabbing the last loop, we're just simply closing it up, like that. So now you can see you have your 2 loops that are formed. Okay, so now we just repeat on the other side. So you want to turn it. So now we'll be working out of these 3 bands. So you want to take your center color, pull it through the first 3 bands. And even if you want to, you can kind of pull up on that center band to get it higher than the first. But we want to take it and pull it down over the top of the first band, and then stick your hook, the top of your hook, through the first to grab it onto your hook. And then we want to grab that second loop there, or the last one, and then close it up. So we need to make it look the same as this side, so we need to take this band and put it on the outside. And make sure everything is in order, which these 2 are loose, so they might switch around on you. So now we're just going to repeat that, but we're going to use a border color. So the first 3, grabbing that center band, and I want to take it up and over that first one, and then capture that first band on the top of my hook. And now I'm just going to close it up. Okay, so we should have this, the 2 loops on both sides. And then we're going to take another border color, and we still have 2 groups, but this time we have 4 in each group. So I'm going to grab all 4 bands, 3 of my border color and 1 of my center, making sure they're all in order. And I just want to recapture the last loop and then close it up. So then we want to turn it. And we want to do the same on this side. We're working with these 4. So we want to grab all 4 of them, making sure they're in the same order, and only recapturing the last loop, and then close it up. And there is our first pattern. So then we can start the process over, and you want to make sure on this step, and this is considered to me step 1, that these bands are they stay crossed. All right, I'm going to use purple. So then we stick our center color through all of the loops, so through 5 loops minus the last one there. And then we want to recapture the center 2, so we skip 1, and then we're recapturing these center 2, skip 1, recapturing the last one, and then close it up. But then we have to take this band and pull it out to the border, so that way it is even. And then we take another one of our center colors, and we're going to be working in groups of 3. So we pull a new band through the first 3, and then this is the step where we take this center band and I pull by the end of my hook. I take and I hook it and guide it over the top of band 1, and then grab the top of band 1 on the top of my hook, and then I want to recapture the last loop and then close it up. Now I have to pull my band over for my border. And we want to do that step one more time with a border color. So just working through the last 3. And then we take that center one, pull it over the first, go under the first to capture it. We skip over this last loop and then just close it. Like that. So then we can turn it. So again, we go with our center color, pull it through the first 3, and I'm going to go ahead and just pull on the center band to kind of bring it up a little bit. There we go. So I want to take that band up and over the first loop and then stick my hook through that loop 1 and then recapture the last loop and close it up. I need to take this band over for the border. Okay, so then we do it again with the border color. Again, only going through the last 3 loops, and then taking that center band up and over band 1, going down under to recapture band 1, and then close it up. Make sure that these center ones aren't twisted, so you should have your 2 loops. And then next, we're going to work in groups of 4. Take your border color, pull it through the first 4, but only recapture the last loop and close it up. Making sure that these 2 are crossed, slide it on down, and do the same on this side. 4 loops, then recapture the last loop, close it up. And now we are back to the beginning. Okay, so then I'm going to go back to this color and I'm going to pull through 5 bands, leaving that 6th one out, skip a band, recapture these center 2, skip a band, recapture this last loop, and close it up. I need to have this match this side, so I need to pull this one over for the border. So I grab that same color, and now we'll work in groups of 3. So pull it through 3 loops. Now I want to take and grab that center band and pull it over my first band, go under the first to recapture it, and then recapture this last loop and close it up. Now I want to take this one and bring it back over. So it should always be in the center. And then grab a border color and work through those same 3 loops. Making sure that you can grab that center one and take it up and over the first, recapture the first loop, and now on this step we just close it up. Okay, so move it on down to the other side. And work out of these 3. The first band is always the color that you're working with, the center color. And then we want to grab that center one, just pull it over top of the first, recapture the first, recapture the last loop, close it up, and take this band over to the outside. Now take a border color, working through those same 3. Again, taking that center one up and over band 1, recapturing band 1, but now on this one we just want to close it up. So that's what you should have, making sure that these center ones, mine always get twisted because they're loose, so they just want to flop. Okay, so then now I want to take my border color, work in these 2 groups. So I'm going to pull it through the first 4 loops, making sure they're in order, and then grab the last loop, close it up, and then turn it around. And do the same on this side. First 4 loops. Then recapture the last loop and close it up. And voila. Pretty cool. So I'm going to go back to my purple. Pull it through 5 loops. Skip a band, recapture the center 2, skip a loop, recapture the last loop, and close it up, and then take this one back to the border. And take another one of that color. We'll be working through these first 3 loops. Take this center one and just drag it up and over loop 1. Recapture loop 1, recapture the last loop, close it up. Now we need to take this band up and over like that. And then we take a border color, go through the last 3, and then again that center one, we take it up and over band 1, reclaim band 1, and then just close it up. So we go to the other side and repeat. So you just always want to make sure that your inner color is always in the center of 2 borders. So the first step is taking a center color through the first 3. Take that center band up and over band 1, recapture, recapture, close it up. And then pull this band back to the border. Again, that color is in the center of the 3. And now we take a border color, and then recapture the center. Center goes over band 1, recapture band 1, and now we just close it up. Okay, so then we just need to take another border color, and we're working in groups of 4 now. So we pull it through all 4 loops, and then just grabbing the last loop and closing it up. And then we do the same on the other side. A border color, last 4 loops, recapture the last loop and close it up. So then make sure that these outer bands are crossed. And there you have it. I'm going to do one more. So we take our center color through 5 loops, skip 1, recapture these 2, skip 1, recapture the last loop, close it up, take this band out to the border. Now we're going to be working with sets of 3. Pull it through the first 3. Take this center loop up and over loop 1. Push up loop 1 to recapture the last, close it up. And then take this band out to the border. Now we're going to go back and use a border color. First 3 loops, center band over band 1, recapture band 1, and then just close it up. Now we turn it. Take our center color, pull it through the first 3 loops, take the center one up and over. Let me pull it out a tad. All right, so I'm going to take it up and over band 1, recapture 1, recapture the last loop and close it up. Pull this one over to the border. And then we take a border color and pull this again through first 3 loops. Now taking that center one up and over, recapturing loop 1, but just now we just close it up. Okay, so you should have the same on both sides. And now we want to take another border color, and we're going to work in groups of 4. Pull it through the first 4, recapture the last loop and close it up. Slide it on down. Slide it through the first 4, recapture the last loop and close it up. And now we are back to the beginning. Okay, so pretty cool. And the front looks the same as the back. So why don't you go ahead and finish this up to the desired length. I'm just going to do the length that I have here just for the tutorial for time purposes. So once you're done and you are ready to close up your bracelet, all I simply do is I want it to match the beginning part. So to me, pulling a band through all of these bands here and then adding your C-clip. In my case, I have to add a slip knot because I don't have a C-clip. And that's it. That's as easy as it is to close it up, and then it will match the front of your bracelet as well. Okay, so big shout out. Love it. I think it's pretty cool. Every time we pulled that border band back over, it made it a little bit more, it gave it more of an effect. So that's pretty neat. And the front matches the back. So I love it. I think it's really neat. So please make sure that you please make sure that you hashtag your renditions to myself. And if you knew Looms, which you can see her link down below, and give her a great follow. Look at all the wonderful bracelets she has on her account. Very good with color too. And I hope you enjoyed making this bracelet as much as I did. Again, here is my other rendition, which I think I'm going to put on Instagram, what it looks like after the when you put it in the sun. And then here is my first one. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.